Welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Country. We are now in the 4th world, Gorilla Glacier, which of course is the obligatory snow and ice level.
Welcome in the Himalaya!
And while I usually hear that most people hate the ice worlds because of, well, ice physics and slippery sliding, I personally love ice levels, and I also love lava levels, mostly because I'm a nut for good looking aesthetics. So I love it when those do a good job of making an area feel either really cold or making it feel really warm, and I just love the red and blue colors and blah blah blah. You're not here for my weird video game fetishes, no, you're here to listen to my useless trivia and my beautiful voice. Well then, I have some trivia about the original Donkey Kong arcade games. Again. The game only existed because they had a different game called Radar Scope, which failed massively, and then they had all these arcade games left to have nothing to do with, so they reprogrammed them to be Donkey Kong. The Kremlings, the main crocodile enemies for this game, were supposed to be in another game that never saw the light of day, and they still had the designs left, so they thought, hey, let's use them for Donkey Kong, and that's why gorillas fight crocodiles. And thus King Kong fought Godzilla. Godzilla's a crocodile, right? And finally, a commercial for a game called Killer Instinct had a song that sounded very similar to Funky's Flight, so it's not entirely sure if this was just a coincidence or if they just reused an unused track for Killer Instinct. And there are some other theories about that, but I stopped giving a shit about looking up trivia. Because why do that if I still have this long ass list of differences between the Super Nintendo version and the Game Boy Advance version. And there's also a Game Boy Color version, but 1, I never played that, and 2, I can't really seem to find much information on it. But before that, let's talk about this actual level, because this is most people's least favorite level, because it has a certain barrel shooting section, not this one, because this is a bonus room. But coming up, we have the barrel shooting section from hell. So, let's skip it. Shortcut! Whee! I got a G, so I had to. Yeah, it's kind of a cheap cop-out for me to do that, but the letter G is there, and I have to get all the Kong letters. I'm sorry. I never knew that shortcut was there, and I did that barrel shooting section no problem, so stop bitching. That's right, I said it. Next up we have this level, and oh yes, there's that level aesthetic fetish kicking in again. I love this ice cavern level with the purple crystal background. It's so beautiful, it almost makes me cry. Now I wish we could get those lava levels from Donkey Kong Country 2 in here as well. Yeah, and to the people who say graphics don't make a good game, they help. Graphics don't matter, well they kinda do. They don't make the gameplay better, but at least you have something to look at. But I will continue that rant some other time, most likely in Mario All-Stars. But first we have this level, which is weird. For one, it has the purple ropes, which you can't climb up, because they send you down, which makes sense, it's an ice level, the ropes can be frozen and slippery. So what's the deal with the blue ropes that send you upward for no reason? Because that, and I know I'm questioning video game logic again, but that just doesn't make any sense. Stupid blue gravity-defying rope. At least the slipperiness of the purple ones I can have an excuse for, but this? What is this? How is logic? The nitpick meters are going off the chart, and why are there armadillos in my ice level? I just wanna go home. Wait, I am home. Well, okay. Let's talk more about the ropes. With the blue rope you can hold down to slowly descend, but with the purple ropes you can't hold up to ascend. You can hold up to keep yourself mid-rope, if that makes any sense. But you can't go any higher with the purple ropes, while you can go any lower with the blue ropes. So at least there's still some sort of gravity involved. I'm not sure if there are differences between Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong with these slippery ropes, but it really doesn't matter too much because it's only one level. Oh, and I hate the upcoming part of this level to get the letter N. You can skip it, but you won't get the letter N, so I'm gonna have to show it off. You can take 2 ropes here. If you take this rope, you're gonna have to avoid all the bees to get the N, and I made it look easier than it actually is. It can be a pretty big pain in the butt, mostly if you're playing as Diddy Kong alone, because you get no retries. Well, you do get to retry, but you have to start all the way at the beginning of the level, and it was a pain in my ass to get right, and it took me a few tries. I hated that part. The things I had to put up with for a 100% no-hit run. Never again! I'm still mad about my Metroid 1 playthrough. What am I talking about? You'll see whenever I get to that playthrough, but right now we're in another water level, which means more aquatic ambience, which means more Bob Ross. The gimmick of this level is once in a while you will pass by a stationary octopus. Once you pass by it, it will start chasing you and you have to get away from it, because there's no way to kill one of those things. Now I could question why Diddy Kong doesn't suffer from hypothermia, but instead I'm just going to appreciate the wonderful look and color scheme of this beautiful level. Also there are jellyfish. Happy little jellyfish. Other than that, I honestly don't have that much to say at the moment, so I'm just gonna talk about whatever I feel like. In fact, I think I finally have the time to talk about multiplayer, something I've been wanting to do for a little while now, but I couldn't find the time. Multiplayer is pretty much the normal game where one of you plays as Donkey Kong and one of you plays as Diddy Kong. When one of the player dies by mistake, or as I like to call it, a happy little accident, the other one gets control and vice versa. Along with that, the game will also keep a score counter of which of you finishes the most levels. So that way you can have a little contest with one another. Also, something I didn't bring up before is you can manually switch between Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. And because I still don't have much to say, I'm just gonna talk about the extra videos I will be making after this. Because after part 7 I will be releasing a few extra videos titled Donkey Kong Country Part A, Part B, Part C, etc. These videos will contain some extra stuff like bloopers or glitches, or some extra modes like Funky's Fishing and Candy Kong's Dance Studio, even though I already showed those off, but I will show those off to their fullest when I feel like it. These parts will have no commentary with my lovely voice, but I do recommend turning on the annotations and scamming the description for a quick moment. If you're interested, that is. You don't have to be. Meanwhile, going back to this level for a moment, there are sharks here. Sharks are very dangerous, but they do make a very funny noise when they bite you in this game. Maybe they also do in real life, but I can't say I've been dying to find out. Also, I have to say, I really like the background. Okay, this is getting tiresome. So I now announce that the spirit of Bob Ross has completely left my... Nemo! It's Nemo! And another Nemo! I found all of the Nemos. I don't remember finding Nemo having a giant chimpanzee, but I'm sure there was a swordfish somewhere in that movie. Speaking of which... Oh, my segues are so... No! We just killed the shark! That was like one of my favorite characters. Wait, no it wasn't. We just got an Engard, making this level like 60% easier. And that's an understatement. Engard is kinda broken. And I think he's in every water level in the game, so yeah. You'll just have to find him and manage to hang on to him. Unrelated, the island is shaped like Donkey Kong's head. We are currently running through Donkey Kong's giant island head hair. Hi Cranky, bye Cranky. Do people ever visit Cranky? I don't think he ever says something remotely useful. And I'm pretty sure that an ostrich wouldn't survive in a place like this. Nitpick! Nitpick! Anyway, it's not always a good idea to have Espresso in this level, seeing how he can't really jump on enemies. And when riding Espresso in this level, you kinda need to know where to glide before you even get to the point where you need to glide. Level memorization! Also, I'm trying my hardest to avoid the animal statue because, well, I really don't want the animal statue in the... 2 Espressos! And I'm back. I'm not sure what just happened with the two espressos meeting and the time paradox, but I was just in the year 2027. Long story. The short version is the moon really was a UFO, and I'm gonna have to kill Gabe Newell when I finish this video. Just don't ask. In other news, see that orangutan over there? Apparently he has some sort of backstory where he got kicked out of the Kong family by Donkey Kong, and he also references the original Donkey Kong arcade game by throwing barrels in a similar manner. Though I could have sworn we already had the original Donkey Kong for that. Oh yeah, and you need espresso for some of the bonus rooms in this level apparently, so if you're not going for the bonus rooms I recommend skipping espresso, but if you are, you kinda need him. I'm so awesome in these bonus rooms. I can't remember the last time I failed one of those. Other than, well, failing them on purpose because I don't want the animal body statues. Well, can I compliment myself once in a while? Don't worry, I'll fail at all the other games I'll play. Ah, here you go. Apparently the orangutan is named Manky Kong and he betrayed the Primate Alliance during the Great Ape War. And then there's a link to what exactly the Great Ape War is, but I don't really want to click it. Just what? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, I know what's coming up. It's one of my favorite level. It's Ewok Village, this time frozen over. I still love this music. And now it's combined with Ice Level, and I like Ice Level. Wait a minute. Ewok Village in Ice Level. Oh god, we're in the Star Wars Christmas special. So sad this song only plays during like 2 levels in the entire game. They bring it back in Donkey Kong Country Returns with a pretty good remix of it, so I'm glad to see that exists. I don't want to say anything. I just want to listen to the song. But I also want to listen to the song without stupid winky jumping noises. Did we ever find out where the fuck his name comes from? Now, we're in Beaver Town. Where are all the beavers? Oh, winter sleep. That makes sense. Let's show off the cartwheel jump. That was the cartwheel jump. I think there was also a letter in one of the Monkey Mines levels that was above a bottomless pit like that, so you need the cartwheel jump. I didn't know about the cartwheel jump when I was a kid, so I always figured it was meant to be a trap. A trap that I fell for multiple times. I'm a genius. Hey, is it okay if I just shut up for a minute so you can listen to the music? Gladly, okay. Stupid bonus room, that wasn't even the best part of the song, and look, even Diddy Kong is angry at it. Now the level is almost over, so there isn't even a point in trying anymore. Why do you hate me, game? It seems he is enjoying the music a lot so far, so let's throw in another bonus room. I just went from German to Russian to Mephiles the Dark. Oh look, it's our pointless, 1 level only animal buddy, Squawks. He's a parrot. He squawks. The gimmick here is that it's kinda dark and he holds a flashlight for us. Also there are flaming barrels here, call it foreshadowing for the next world. Now I hear that if you play this level on an actual Super Nintendo that you might actually go blind from playing this level, because every time you turn around the screen goes white for like a split second to signify he's turning around with Squawk with the flashlight, which is like shining right in your face or whatever. I've heard people say it does that, but I've also heard people deny it does that, so I'm not entirely sure if it's true. Side note, and I can't believe it took me 4 parts to mention this, but can everyone understand what the fuck I'm saying? English isn't my first language and I tend to have a bit of trouble with pronunciating and articulating. So I understand that sometimes things I say sound like complete gibberish and I thought I'd get that out of the way since I don't really have anything to say at the moment. Not even trivia. I don't know who I am anymore. Nothing interesting to say about Squawks until the second game, where Squawks actually becomes useful. I can see everything outside of the flashlight area just fine, mind you. Oh, is that how it is? Well, I know who's getting a demotion when Donkey Kong Country Returns comes along. And I don't even need you to tell me where the stupid puzzle pieces are, huh? Go fuck a duck, Squawks. Just go away. I don't need you for the light, I don't need you for the stupid bonus room, and I especially the... That did not happen. Stupid parrot. Oh hey, it's time for a boss battle, and I finally have something to say again, because this boss battle is the same boss battle as in the first world, except this time after you hit him, ice pillars come from the ceiling. Wow. In the Super Nintendo version there were no ice pillars, so it was the exact same boss fight. Also in the Super Nintendo version, this beaver is supposed to be the one with the brown fur, and the first beaver is supposed to be the one with the bluish grey fur, so I don't know why they switched those two, like they switched everything else around for no reason, at least in terms of color. But now I finally finished making this video, so if you excuse me, we cannot allow Half-Life 3 to happen. Believe me, I've seen the future. I'll be back for part 5 of Let's Play Donkey Kong Country.